What is up? All right. How is everyone doing? I would have done Dawn, but I slept. And apparently it wasn't anything I missed out on. So I'm not worried about that. But I definitely wanted to get a stream done today, so we're going to do that now. Let me switch over. How is everyone doing? It's good to see all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am fine. I was just tired. It is Valentine's Day for us. I know every culture there has it a little differently. But yeah, for those of you who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day. Today I wanted to discuss a few things going on in the game. Let's talk about Pharaoh. I've gotten a few messages about certain things. So I want to talk about Pharaoh, I want to talk about Horse, and I want to talk about the skins and the events going on. All right. So first off, we have the second You Are Hero. I know I did a video on it. I don't think I'm going to waste time talking about the skills and stuff like that. If you want to know about the hero, you can watch the video. You can get caught up in stuff of that. But I want to discuss specific things. Now, someone asked about the Hopeness Lab skills for Pharaoh. And we'll get to that. I want to talk about that. But if someone knows where those recommendations are, well, I don't even know what's going on. Why is it? Why? Oh God! Stop that, Nightbot. You're ridiculous. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me see if let me fix that. I don't know why it's botting you on that. Hold on. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, sorry. I don't know why it removed all your things. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. All you did was say hello and happy Valentine's. I don't know why it warned you. That's so bad. The new hero that I will never have. So someone, by the way, someone brought up that there is recommendations for the Hopeness Lab. Where is that? I don't see that. So if someone knows where that is, tell me where it is, so I can get that. Your video says YouTube featured. How'd you get that? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, if you can find that, that would be appreciated, because I want to talk about that. I want to see exactly what they're suggesting, and I want to talk about that. But with that being said, have I gotten Pharaoh? No. Here's the thing. I am not shooter focused, and I need to catch up on Greek Spear, and they don't give me enough money. And this is what we were talking about. This is why you saw a big exodus of YouTube creators. We don't get paid enough. We can't even get the hero to really talk about it. So it's kind of pathetic. But I can talk about what they've given out as far as information-wise. And they did give us the enhancements, so that's good. like what they are, so we could talk about it a little bit, and I could talk about the Hopeness Lab skills for those of you who are interested, and hopefully that could also guide you into how to look at heroes and judge what Hopeness Lab skills you should be looking for. I was talking about this with someone the other day, and I'm not, this isn't a bash on anyone, but when it comes to the game, right, we can make suggestions, right? The hero charts and the Hopeness Lab suggestion skills and stuff like that, that's all great. It really is. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of testing, and it's great. However, the problem is players use that as the end all say all, right? And when that happens, you guys don't understand why things are getting placed in the position that they are. And then you rely solely on whoever's making the chart. I would like to have people understand what they're looking at. I think that does more benefit overall for the whole game. That's always been kind of the focus of the channel here. With that being said, it kind of hurts that guys don't know how to like kind of look at it and get an idea of what sort of skills you should apply, or even which heroes you should match them with and why. There could be some confusion, but it should give you at least an idea of like, hey, this hero doesn't do any damage. Maybe I should match them with someone who does damage, or hey, this hero does only damage. Maybe I should get them some protection. With that being said, only SP skills are great. Rest of us are useless. I mean, I spent everything on shooters and now they don't kill anything. Well, it depends on where you are as far as all your upgrades and stuff like that. I mean, if you're still outmatched, right? If you're still going to attack someone who's overall stronger than you, then yeah, you're not going to win. However, shooters, when it comes, so the reason shooters are not as popular in the overall formations of what you're seeing being used is because once Eden starts, fighters do the most damage, so we end up doing fighters for structure buildings and battles, right? And vehicles are fast, so we wind up using vehicles for tiling and for long distances. Shooters kind of fell to the wayside. There's really no point in having shooters being a primary investment once Eden starts. Tesla cheaper than you are. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So this is, and so yeah, this is where I have a problem. So yeah, total 6 UR heroes will come. Yes, 3 support and then 3 main force. You're right, 100%. This is, I'm not a big basher. I don't like to bash things, but it's pretty clear the devs are out of touch with the player base. When you're talking about over $10,000 for a UR hero, you know, so and this shows, right, with when they released the article about Pharaoh. The fact that they even included enchantment 3s in the descriptions shows they're out of touch, because the vast majority of players will never even get to enchantment 3. Because of the paywall that it's behind. How much to max out Pharaoh? The same as Greek Spear. We're talking about $10,000 plus US dollars, not anything else. So 10,000 US dollars, which is a lot of money, even in the US. So it just goes to show they're out of touch. Not to mention they're asking for a ton of money, but they're paying us even less to even get one. So that's even more of a disappointment. It's hard for me to create content on something when I can't even get it. It's a little disappointing, so to say. With that said, I don't know where this. So someone was talking about there's recommendations. What does anyone know where that is? Because I don't see any recommendations for Hopeness Lab skills. But looking at this, So Ramesses, by looking at it, is more. It is he is a support, but he doesn't really do a lot of tactical damage, which means his skills themselves don't do a lot of damage. So when we look at the Hopeness Lab skills, we're going to want to look at things that help his formation, so the other two heroes. So you're going to want to look at things like group might, group I know there isn't a group damage, but group tactical might would be a good one depending on the heroes you match him with. However, with that said, I know it said there's one with damage. Someone said they suggested something with damage. Now, he doesn't do a lot of damage unless you max out his last skill and then get it to where is it? It says something where he can hit every round. I'm trying to see where that is. Damage dealt, increasing damage. Something says he can use this every round. I don't know where that is, but that's the only time I would use. But damage also includes normal attacks, so it's kind of hard to judge without seeing how much he can actually do. But I would try and stay away from damage dealing skills with him unless it helps your allies deal more damage. Anyone having trouble with scavenger hunt? My tokens went missing from earlier seasons. It's not the same. The dice are different, by the way. So the old dice was mystic dice. This one is lucky dice. This is where they catch you. So you should still have your old dice. The new dice is what isn't showing. And it is showing in the actual event when you actually go there. So that's where they get you. They're different. It's okay, just money, got one life, spend, enjoy the game. Yeah, I mean, as long as you enjoy the game, that's a big thing. It's just, it would be nice to be able to participate, or at least it's hard when they drop these things and they want you to get excited, but they're time limited, right? So like the skins, right? The base skins. Let's talk about that because that's a big gripe of mine. They don't really have any new base skins coming out anymore unless you go to the cumulatives and you get them under a huge pay table. 3,000 diamonds is a lot. It's not cheap. So in order to get 3,000 diamonds, in order to get that one, or if you want to go to the scavenger hunt, they do have the skin set here, but 125,000 just for the base skin, and 75. So I only have 12,000, and I already went through probably 500 or 600 dice. So it gets costly. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair, especially when you associate huge buffs to the base skins and the other skins. I don't know, Don. I don't know when they're gonna. They just added another person into the group. I don't know when they plan on it. I've introduced it. It was proposed, I guess, to the company, and we're just waiting to hear an official word, I guess. I don't know. But the fact that I don't hear anything means it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, which is disappointing. Like I said, I really feel like they're out of touch, or they just don't give a fuck. It's just, and that's the sad part. The older state whales, which there's not even that many anymore. The older states don't even have that many whales anymore. Like more and more people just keep leaving. So it just, I don't know who they're even catering to. It's like they don't know how to run a business. I don't know. Or they just don't care. I don't know. I don't get to talk to them. So I don't get to see where their mind is. In my opinion, making things slightly cheaper promotes more players wanting to stay in the game and results in more profits overall if I was a business. So, but whatever, that's not what we're here for. So let's talk about Hopeness Lab skills. I could get the list, but I don't have every Hopeness Lab skill, so I'm not able to really discuss everything. But I have at least the majority. The thing with Pharaoh is you want to give him something that either assists with his defense of the other heroes or increases the damage given to the other heroes. So reduce their damage mitigation effect by 4 so they can take more damage. This wouldn't be a bad one, but I don't see him. Oh no, I thought this was position ranked. Armor Piercer would be a good one. Quick reloading would be a good one for him. I mean, you could do Keen Insight if you have to. I don't think I would suggest it, but you could. We already talked about that. You don't want to do this. No, that's not going to apply. You don't want to do Sustained. All Out is no good. Power Conversion would be a good one. It might not be a bad idea to have if you need to. I wouldn't reduce the chances of his skills activating because he has some pretty powerful ones, but Power Conversion is not a bad idea if you want to give that to Pharaoh. They care about money. He would be using All Out Strike Flex. No, he wouldn't. No, I would not use this. Hero Squad has 14.5% more skill damage. He doesn't really have any skill damage. He only has one skill that does damage, and it's cast every other round. And there's no point. So this is no good. Damage is no good for him. Pharaoh does not need damage buffs. It's a waste. He does not need damage buffs himself. None of his skills do damage except for the last one, and the last one is only cast every other round. There's no point in it. First skill, all your squads take 8% less damage with final damage taken. So this reduces the damage they take. The next one, all your squads take less damage. This is the only one that deals damage, and it's not even a lot. Now, the Thirst effect and the Drought effect are good, but I wouldn't waste any flex skills or any skills for this. This is not worth it. You're gonna want to increase the amount of damage his allies, the other two heroes, do. So All Out Strike is horrible. What else? Annihilating Explosion is horrible. Sustained Tactic is horrible. Power Conversion's good. Armor Piercer's good. Quick Reloading's good. Keen Insight if you have to. But you're going to want to try and focus on his skill. I don't think he's going to be in the back row. But you can put the Natural Instinct if you put him in the back row, but I don't see him as a back row hero. So I don't think it'd be worth it. Greek Spear take 60%, and that's why you shouldn't be doing any damage skills for her either. Anyone that puts damage, but this one you got to remember here is 600% damage on 2 squads. This is a lot right here. This is way more than Pharaoh's. This skill right here, so you got to remember, even though there's only one skill that does damage with Greek Spear, this does 600% damage. That's a lot. Plus, every other round, it increases the damage by 50%. So this 600 goes up to 900. So there's a difference in applying a damage skill to Greek Spear versus Pharaoh. Pharaoh is not a damage dealing hero, period. Period. His skills do not allow for damage. And his, even if you look at the enhancements, you could see it goes up just slightly, but not enough that I would probably waste a damage. I mean, you could, like I said, but here, once you get enhancement 3, then yes, I could see it, because now you're doing even more. Now you're in the same range as Greek Spear, but even then, Greek Spear's enhancements, do the same thing. Melee attack skills, yes, melee attack skills, but those aren't, the melee attacks aren't a lot. So I like I said, you could put a damage on it. It's not going to be completely wasted, but I think you have better options. I think there are better options. I would take advantage more of, it depends on who you put them with. If you put him with a glass cannon like Trigger Doll, I would rather give her more damage dealing ability. It depends. Like I said, each situation depends on who you're mixing him, who you're tagging him with. You could tag him with a lot, but you're going to want to tag him with heroes that don't have a lot of protection and deal a lot of damage, like Trigger Doll. But I guarantee you the best formation is probably going to include Aether, and more than likely either Trigger Doll or Super Killer? No, Speedster. Speedster's the other thing. Or either Ion or Skull. One of these three would be another match as well. Like I said, I haven't gotten Hero, so I haven't gotten to play around with a lot. But it's going to be tough. I can't do testing because I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to be in a rush to get them, especially with that price point. I mean, just to get him alone, I need to spend at least like $1,000. I haven't seen any big base formations yet. That doesn't mean they haven't. They probably tried. Yeah, you can have two. Now, Raj, you're right. Have two reconstruction sets, but I also don't like that idea too much, just because of the amount of. So when it comes to the two reconstruction sets, the amount of involvement players need to have is way more than what the majority of players do, and that's an issue. That's something that I think people need to get around. Players need to get more in tune with how things operate, and the lack of knowledge is what hurts the most. Yes, you're right. Have two sets where one's set up one way and one's set up later for another, and depending on the situation, you can pick one or the other. I think for the majority of the time, I wouldn't worry about damage dealing, but if you need to do more damage quicker, then yes. If you're fighting a stronger opponent, I may want to focus more on protecting. It just depends. A lot of it depends. It really does. I hate to say that. And it also depends on your opponent. You know, if they have a lot of damage mitigation, then you're going to have to overcome that. Or if you're going to be battling for 8 rounds, you might want to save for at the end. It's just, it is very, this is why I didn't really like the hero charts and everyone just relying on the hero charts, because every situation is different. Now, if everyone uses the same lineup, it only goes off of who has more things unlocked or upgraded. If people start using good opposing lineups to their opponents, then they may be able to overcome more powerful opponents at a in a weaker state, so to say. Period got perioded. Made it fully go. Yeah. Just 1K. Yeah, I know. I'm being optimistic, okay, for unlocking, but 1K is still a lot of money. The new UR must cost a lot. It does. It does. Is there any way to reset your whole base to redeploy all your structures? No. Well, I mean, yeah, you start a new base. I see that it works in shooter training. What works in shooter training? The new hero, you mean, in general? Yeah, so yeah, being optimistic, yes, about $1,000 to get the new hero and fully max it out. That's being optimistic. And then we're not even talking about the enhancements with the gene modifications. That's a whole different ballgame. So this is where I get like, so I don't know what their goal is with the UR heroes. I really don't. I don't know if their goal is they think people are actually going to spend this much money on each hero, because the vast majority of players aren't. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And you know this. I don't need to preach to the choir. You know that not everyone's going to spend all that money for each one of the heroes, right? That's something that would have to happen over time, and in between, you know, they're going to release more. So I mean, that whole idea of people spending on each one of these heroes right away is it should be gone. I don't know what their plan is here. Putting everything behind huge paywalls is not a good business practice. I don't agree with it. I don't see it happening. Now, if they're not even considering that and just thinking people are going to still play just to play, I mean, that's up to each individual player. I think you should, but at the same time, you know, people like to get competitive, and it's hard to be competitive when you know that there's someone that's always going to spend an ungodly amount of money to just have everything immediately. And I know it's a bit of a downer when you have to face a player that does, but like I said, if you have a good alliance and good teamwork, that one player, yes, while they may damage you and give you a run for your money, doesn't mean you automatically lose. So it is what it is. Is there an easy just look at the you mean just like move things around? Yeah, not an easy way per se, but you can you know, do the edit mode and just reposition, and then instead of clicking the icon, you just click the next building and everything and just redo it. That's the only way. If you want to change the layout, you just have to spend the time to do it. It does take some time, but you can do it. But just don't check everything immediately. And I would zoom all the way out as much as you can so you can see the majority of the base. That makes it easier too. Van Gogh, you sleeping or actually went on a date? No, I slept. Me and my girl, we just slept. I slept in. That's why I missed dawn. Yeah, I don't think there's not an easy just delete and rebuild button. I don't think there is. Yeah, you can rebuild the roads. Yeah, you can delete them pretty easily by just, you know, doing them all in a section and delete them, but and you can get rid of, you could put all the landmarks. Well, you have to do those individuals because say you could put those in the landscape gallery, but that you have to do individually as well, which is a bit of a time consuming thing. Yeah, I don't think there is a quick, easy way to do it. About 8 players that max out the first hero, and they might not max out the shooter because shooters are usually weaker. It costs 900, 1k to fully unlock, and 25 to max tier 5. Exactly, Andres. And that's my point. And if they're not, even the whales aren't even going to do it, then I don't see a point. Now, some people just want to have everything, and that's fine. I mean, those people can do whatever they want with their money. That's up to them. But when you're talking about, like you said, $30,000 to max out one hero, it's not really worth the money, in my opinion. Spenders like to use fighters and vehicles that they're eager to spend on shooters, especially on yours. Exactly. And like I said, the reason why the majority of people focus on fighters and vehicles is because of Eden, right? Let's be honest, the game revolves around Eden for the majority of the time, or even Oblivion. But Oblivion, you could still use shooters or not shooters. You could still use fighters and vehicles and still be unstoppable. Eden, like I said, fighters do the most damage, so you use those to damage the buildings faster, and vehicles move faster, so you use them for tiling and distances. It's just that's why everyone focuses on shooters or on vehicles and fighters. I mean, that's just preaching to the choir. We all know this. If you want to have a shooter hero, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but know that you're going to be at a slight disadvantage. And like I said, I also don't like the new skins all being behind a big paywall. It is what it is, but I think they need to alter something. They need to adjust something. Oh, and so there's also a new pet, right? Let's look at the horse. Let's talk about the horse for a second. So a horse. So this is the next SP pet. You can get it in a pet hunt right now. Limited time pet hunting. 50 tickets per hunt. You're guaranteed after a certain amount. I guess it was only for 3 days. Good to know. So today would be the last day. But let's talk about the horse for a second. The horse is a support. Each round deals 54% damage to the enemy front row and the squad with the lowest HP. So the good thing about horse here, it looks like he immediately damages your enemy squad, not the pet. The other ones all focus on the pets. This one is going to directly attack the actual squads, the troops. So the horse is going to be a powerful pet right off the bat. This is going to increase the HP and increases the damage the pet does. And since it attacks the squads directly, that's going to be big. When this drops to 60%, it applies a shield. It increases their might and HP, the squad, which is big. And the last one, Burning Rain, which is the first one. So when it does the first skill, there's a 100% chance it's going to hit the pet as well. So this is a pretty big one. So the pet is going to directly attack the troops first. Once you unlock the last skill, it will attack the troops and the pets. And if the horse's squad goes low, it's going to set up a way to try and protect it. So that's actually a pretty big setup. But yeah, it's going to be expensive. It's an SP. But I feel like the SP pets have more ability for free-to-play players to get than like Snowman or Lion. like, I feel like those are more expensive to get than the SPs. But what do I know? Dawn. Dawn isn't really, in my opinion, Dawn's not really that big of an ordeal, though. Used to manage farms, always remodel base takes times, but it's not impossible. Yeah, a lot. It just takes a lot of hands-on to remodel the base. Which SP is best for Clan Elite? So Clan Elite, what you see already is pretty much the best options for her. She is a bigger damage dealer, Clan Elite. All of her skills are more of damage dealers. So yeah, when you go to do her like quick reloading, doing additional direct damage is your best option. So quick reloading, armor piercer. What was the last suggestions? The last suggestions are pretty much Clan Elite's older, so all of her testing has been done. If you're talking about any of the new skills that have come out recently, that's a different story. I don't know anyone that's really tested new skills on some of those heroes. Endurance fighter. Endurance fighter might not be a bad idea because it increases every time it takes damage. And hyper fast dealer would be good if you need the might aspect of it, but I would rather increase the damage dealing. So normal storming attack. So storming attack would go good with Pharaoh. Storming attack would be a decent one you could attach to him as well, because normal attack damage, that's mostly what he's going to do, but also it's going to reduce the damage he takes even more. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. Would I go out of my way to put it on there? No, I don't think so. But if you had it and you needed to put something on there and you didn't have another option, I would use that. So 1 copy per 200 take, pretty much. But you know what, though? 7 horses can get you a good portion of the way through. 7 horses can get you at least the last skill to like level 10 or something like that, which isn't horrible. It's only 1 skill, but hey, it could be worse. But there's other options right now that you're going to get the horse. I guarantee you they're going to do another limited event where you can recruit the horse like that, because they did it with the dragon. Right now, the horse is in some of the events, so you can get extra copies that way. I don't think it's going to be as hard to get right now, as opposed to some of the other ones like Lion, where there aren't many options right now for you to get copies of Lion or Fox or Bear. But I will say Dragon and Horse are probably going to be your most powerful pets at the moment. Yes, endurance fighter is a very good skill that got overlooked. I will say for an SP flex skill, it's probably one of the best ones. Endurance fighter. I screwed up when I upgraded, but yeah, this one is a very good skill to have. So it could be stacked up to 20 times. So 20 times 2 is 40. So an increase. All your squads get an increase of 40 might and 40 resistance until the end. And then after the 3rd round, you deal additional direct damage. That's big. That's like one of the biggest skills you can have. Now I have Clan Elite with a maxed out quick reloading. So I get extra troops and an extra additional direct damage. So this is actually stronger until I can get Endurance Fighter leveled up a couple. Once Endurance Fighter is leveled up a couple, this is going to be one of the best ones. Not gonna lie. especially if you upgrade it. I don't know what the next one is, but it's probably the same thing. So additional direct damage is huge. Like you said, it's quick reloading and endless trial, right? You know, combined. That's big. That's big. 2 a.m. mood on Valentine's. Bro, which female hero do you find most attractive of game? Who, me personally? Let's see. Well, it also depends on which outfit, because I think that changes things too. Because I think the outfit does change things too. Some of them are, where are we at? No. There was, I mean, I think, I mean, Stone, this one's a real good one. I think Stone's pretty hot here. I think Stone probably. But also Dark Sister, obviously. I think everyone was choosing Dark Sister. I'm choosing Endurance Fighter for my Clan Elite. Yeah, that would be a smart choice. Endurance Fighter would go really good with Clan Elite. Everyone says Dark Sister Halloween skill. Come on. We're up, Ivan. Everyone says the same thing. But also there was one, wait, where, there was one, which one was it? Come on, I'm not gonna, you're gonna make me go through too much effort to try and find something that can't possibly happen anyways. I think, or Rose, was it Rose? I think Rose was, there was one with Rose. No, I guess not. Rose here is good. I like this. There was one, wasn't there one that was like a cheerleader? I forgot, I can't remember. There's too many skins, that's the problem. Aether right there. That one's not bad either. But anyways, now we're getting weird. You're looking for Tech Priestess? I think so. Just record this part and send it to his girlfriend. She won't care. Hummingbird, yeah, Hummingbird. Yeah, so and then what else is going on? So right now you got the events going on. So the Treasure Frenzy, the Lucky Lantern, Rare Store. Trying to think if there was anything necessarily in the Rare Store that is good. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, the extra abilities and skins and stuff like that, this is where it's worth it for the most part, unless you absolutely need one of the skins. But this Stone Dissector Fear Shredder has the extra ability if you didn't get it with the other one. So this one also has the ability. The problem, I don't know if it's the same though. 2 enemy squads with an effective range. Is this the same? Are they the same? I don't know. I don't know if it's the same, but the thing they don't tell you is that the skin has to be maxed out in order to get that extra ability. Having the option is good, but yeah. But the Rare Store, that's where the majority of the benefits are going to be here, where you can get the extra equipment, or you can get the horse. You can get 5 adoption cards for the horse, which isn't horrible at 50 apiece. You can get the new skills, 50 apiece. You would need 2 of these to make it gold. So 100 Lucky Lanterns to make Endurance Fighter gold. Not horrible, but you get a lot of the resources if you need them. So that's where the majority of the benefit is, to be honest. And then the scavenger hunt, I know everyone's been kind of back and forth on it. The dice are there. These are lucky dice. The old one was mystic dice. It's the difference in terminology. That's where they get you. So yeah, you can't use the mystic dice in this event, which is disappointing. But yeah, you can get either the set for whatever the spring festival right now, it's a lot. This is going to cost you a lot. Now, these might have carried over. This might have been stolen. I'm not sure, but I would have to look into that because this is the same. The currency that you get. But it's expensive. You need to spend a lot in order to get these. It's a lot. You can get some old skins, which aren't too bad. I still can't find these somewhere. I know they're there. I just haven't found them. The Sweet Love ones. But these are the old Valentine's Day ones. So they're not bad. I might not necessarily go out of my way per se for some, but if you need them there, that's not bad. You can also get the lanterns, which isn't horrible. You can get adoption card, which isn't horrible. So yeah, there's some good things in here if you need them. I wouldn't shy away from it, especially since a lot of the dice you get kind of for free, but you can get dice. If you want to get something big, you're going to have to spend for it, and that's the problem. It's a good event. Start giveaway. Yeah, I can start the giveaway. Anyone invested to hear? Interested to hear by my kidney? Yeah, I know. I have an OnlyFans account. No, no giveaway. Go to sleep. I think I only have. I gotta see how many. I don't know if I can get. I don't have 10. There was a screw up somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7. Yeah, I only have 9 right now. So I have nine codes to give away today. There was a screw up. I think I gave an extra one away last shift. That was the problem. Because I was like going through the numbers. I'm like, something's not adding up here. Let me pull it up. Let's pull it up. No, if I like that. Okay. I don't want to test that today. All right. Exclamation mark join to join the giveaway. Yeah, I know. I wish I could get it. OnlyFans. I need an OnlyFans. OnlyFans so I can make extra money. You can see feet pics or whatever you want. Just let me know. I'm cheap. Apparently, according to the devs, I'm cheap. If you look at what they pay me versus what they're asking for. 9 winners. Yeah, I love that I doubled my workload and I made less money. Or they paid me less. That's what really irritates me. I hope they listen to this. I know they don't give a crap enough about me. I could pretty much say whatever I want on here, but I would be very interested to let them listen because they are so out of touch. And because of other people's greed, they punish people that were loyal. So I don't like that. That's not a good business practice. Anyways, exclamation mark. I know you don't care. You will use horse kidney. Dude, I'll pull some horse kidneys. If you need a kidney, I'll probably find one somewhere. Do I have 5? I should probably use this, huh? I should probably use a couple. Come on. Come on. All right, use 2 while you guys are typing in join. Remember, you only have to type it in once. Typing it in 7 times isn't changing any outcomes. So it's not a huge, it's not crazy worth it to do it. Let me, oh yeah, let me open it though. Web browser. Oh, come on, where are you? I opened it. Oh, it's because I have it shrunk, isn't it? There we go. 21 entries. Good chance to actually get it though. All right. 21, let's get this going. 21, first winner, Ivan. Congratulations. Second winner, oh, wrong mouse. Bankai. Random clicks. Raj. Ivan can't win again. Andres. The other Andres. Nathan. Congratulations. Two more. Kaya. You can use it to get the new here. You are hero. Last one. Last one. Last winner. Nope. Don. All right, congratulations to the 9 winners. Yeah, I don't know about getting extra codes. Like I said, that's up to them. It's been pulling teeth to get anything out of them. So it is what it is. Sadly, it is what it is. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Congratulations to all the winners. Is there any other requests or questions before we sign off for the day? Or are you guys all good? I think we all bitched enough about the cost and all that, so I think we're good on that. You are a hero, my opinion. If you want it, go for it. I personally don't want to get him. Do I think he's bad? No. I just don't feel like spending $30,000 on a hero that I'm probably not going to use that often. Would I ever win? Are you typing it in correctly? I think so. You should. I mean, I don't control the options, so I only do my best. I can do my best. I try to make it as fair as possible. That's the best I can do. Oh, all right. And when ASE starts, we'll see if they give, because ASE should be starting in another month or two. We'll see if they give out the daily giveaways for covering it again. If that's the case, then yeah, there's a huge chance a lot of people win constantly, but we'll see. We'll see what they're going to do. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. That's the other problem. Anyways, all right. Enjoy your day. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. If you're doing Valentine's Day, have a great Valentine's Day. If you're not doing Valentine's Day, go do something fun. I don't care. Go have fun. Go do something you enjoy. All right. Or play Last Shelter all day. Last Shelter is life, apparently. Yeah, with that being said, thank you all for being here. Have a great day. Help each other out. Share the information. But most importantly, be safe out there. Bye.